Welcome to my YouTube channel. I should have done this a long time ago, I know, and maybe I should have not done this at all, but I'm doing it today, day one. That's the hardest part, taking the first step. All this is going to change the setup, but I just wanted to start, and this is how I'm starting. Welcome to my channel. We are going to talk a lot about football. We are going to talk about Man United, of course, but it feels good to be here. It was really difficult to make horizontal videos. I don't know if I should look at me or the camera, but let's just try. So two things I want to talk about in my first video. First one is Ruben Amorim, and the other is the manager situation at Man United. Both of them goes hand in hand. Ruben Amorim, of course, people are going to say, oh, he's talking about the past again. He likes taking old graves. But listen, I have a hard time getting over my exes, so sue me. But no, all jokes aside, I think I need to address this. I have talked about this to not a lot of people, and if you follow me on my Instagram and my TikTok, you might still think that he's an Amorim fan, he's an Amorim lover. But that's not completely false and it's not completely true. Ever since Ruben Amorim got sacked by Man United, I have been pissed. Like, I have been pissed. I don't have any other words to explain this emotion. But I've been pissed. Yes, I've enjoyed Carrick ball. We're winning games. We're in a good position to make the Champions League. But I'm still pissed because, first of all, we ruined the guy's CV. Okay, he came from Sporting. He was doing really well over there. Mid-season last year, we bullied him into signing a contract, which I think he shouldn't have done at all for his own career. But he did, and our board made him fake promises. Our board knew that he's a manager that plays different type of football, a type of football that is not being played in the Premier League. It's not being played in England. They knew it, they saw it, yet they were like, no, we want you in the middle of the season. It's now or never. And of course, Ruben Amorim, I'm sure he's a United fan. I can see it in his eyes. He had to say yes, because if it wasn't now, it was probably never for him. And as soon as he came on, everyone's been pestering him about his style of play, even though he has said from day one that I'm going to play 3-4-3, I'm going to play my way of football, we're going to suffer, and a lot of things that he said. But last season, whatever happened, happened. This season was supposed to be Amorim's first full season in charge. He got a transfer window where he should have been back properly. Like, imagine, right? You're getting a manager who does not play your style of football. You're getting a manager who plays a completely different style of football than the whole league. So naturally, you're going to have to give him players to do that. Because our players, the current set of players, they were not fit to play even a 4 at the back, or normal 4-2-3-1 or a 4-3-3. They were not fit for that. So he needed a proper transfer market. He needed midfielders. It was a glaring issue. Everyone in the world knows it, that we need a midfielder, maybe 2 or 3. But the transfer market was not that great. Cunha, Mbumo, Lamens, like all the signings were really great, but I don't think we addressed all the issues that are in the team. The fact that we are still playing Luke Shaw, we're still playing Maguire. I think we had a decent transfer window. All the signings were good, but we needed more outgoings, which would have helped get us, maybe a couple more players. Luke Shaw should have been sold. Malacia should have been, sold or loaned. Something, just get him out of the club. Maguire is still there, and now he's playing week in, week out. So, yes, we didn't back Ruben Amorim properly. And then as the season went by, he wasn't playing that bad. Like, yes, I'm not saying that Ruben Amorim was the greatest manager ever. He wasn't perfect. There were some things that he was doing that pissed me off, like playing Bruno in the midfield. I think that was his biggest mistake. Not playing Kobe Mainoo, very big mistake. And I don't know, for some reason, he would always go back into defense as soon as we scored a goal in any game. I think he did not believe in this team, or maybe he knew that this team can capitulate and cannot hold on to a 1-0 lead. And I understand him, but yeah, these were the things that I think that he did wrong. He should not have done that. Bruno in the midfield is a crime. Bruno anywhere apart from the number 10 position is a crime. And Amorim committed that crime. But still, in January, when Amorim got sacked, we were sixth on the table. It wasn't a bad position to be in. Yes, the football was on and off. Some matches we were playing really exciting. Some matches it was just boring. It felt like no one has an idea what's going on. None of the players looked confident. But there was something building. I could see that for sure. And the key with Ruben Amorim was to being patient. And I think our fan base, most of it, has lost patience. And a lot of it goes down. I think all of it goes down to how this club is being run, like the ownership. I would blame this completely on them. None of it, like very little, on Ruben Amorim. So fans were getting restless as they always do. There's always a set of fans in our fan base that want to get rid of the manager as soon as things start getting uncomfortable. But if you step back and take a look at it from a broader perspective, we were still sixth halfway through the season. There's still half a season left. FA Cup was still there to be played. But we sacked Ruben Amorim. Why? Because he said the truth. He asked the ownership, he called out the ownership, you back me or you sack me. And what did they do? There were very easy solutions to this problem. One of them was signing a couple of midfielders on loan. Or maybe you sign one midfielder, a young one, and then you sign an experienced one, someone like a Conor Gallagher, a Ruben Neves, even Ruben Loftus-Cheek for that matter, on loan. Just get something. But the whole January passed, and all the business that we did in terms of transfers was removing Ruben Amorim from his job. Not because of his performance, not because of what happened on the pitch. The only sole reason why Amorim was sacked, because he hurt the egos of his bosses. And that is not how you run a big football club. That is not how you run any company, for that matter. So yes, I think Ruben Amorim was very hard done by this ownership, by this club, and I have a lot of sympathy with him. I'm happy that he got his $1 million payout, because the amount of scrutiny he got from the media, from our fans, and the treatment he got from this ownership, you go, man. You go and enjoy that $1 million paycheck. You deserve it. I don't think he was that bad as people are making it out to him. Yes, he made mistakes, very big mistakes, but sacking him for asking people to do their own jobs is cowardly. And of course, that was followed by Michael Carrick's appointment. And, it's been great watching Carrick ball. The way he played against Man City, Arsenal, commendable. Like, if Amorim was in charge, I'm not sure we would have gotten those results, but, kudos to Carrick. And of course, a lot of this work, a lot of this energy that we saw against Man City, against Arsenal, has been a result of how Ruben Amorim has trained this team. So I will give him a lot of credit, even though people will not, and that's okay. We can disagree on things. But yeah, Carrick ball started off really well. It's only now that we've lost our first match against Newcastle. And I've seen this somewhere that Carrick has reduced training because we don't have very less matches to play. And I think that is now showing on the football pitch. The intensity has gone down. The quality of the performance from our players has gone down. The last few matches, we did not play well. Yes, we grinded out a result against Palace, against Everton. But against Newcastle, 10-man Newcastle, we could not do it. And that's just how this team is, this group of players who have sacked a lot of managers. You still back them over the manager. I think whatever manager you get from now on, you go out there and get best in class. You go out there and get Luis Enrique, you get Unai Emery. Who else is the best? Jurgen Klopp, even though he won't ever come to United, he's smart enough to do that. We will not be successful, or we will not be fighting for titles with any of the managers that I just named, or even better ones. Because the way this club is being run, the way we do not address very big issues in the squad, the way we ignore transfer markets, the way we ignore January transfer market completely for the last 2 years. I think these are some decisions that end up in us not being successful on the pitch. I think we get lied to so much from this ownership. For example, in January, there was a rumor that we were going to get a secret midfielder, a secret signing, one player we're going to get. There were names thrown around: NDD, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Ruben Neves. January is gone. February is gone. We did not sign anyone. No secret. Nothing. So it's just lies. And I'm tired of being lied to. I have been supporting this club for almost 20 years now. It's just sad to see that we as fans invest so much time and energy to watch these matches. A lot of us spend a lot of money to go and watch the matches at Old Trafford. Things are not going to change just with the change of a manager. It has to change from the top. It has to change the way we do our scouting. It has to change the way we move in the transfer market. It has to change with knowing when to move on the players the right time and not dragging everyone and helping them to retire at United. Like, for God's sake, we are talking about giving Maguire another contract. He's what, 32, 33? He's injured now. He's always, half of the time he's injured. Delete is always injured. Where is Delete? He got injured in what, October, November against Crystal Palace. We were told that it's a minor issue, back issue. Let's say if it was November. December, January, February, we're in March. There's no sign of Delete. We just see him sometimes in training. If Delete is injured for a long time, just say Delete is injured for a long time. Our club's medical staff has been so bad in the last couple of years. So bad. Mason Mount, always injured. He's still here. Delete, injured. We don't know why. It's minor back issue. He's been out for over 3 months. Maguire is injured half the time. Martinez has gone injured. We don't know when he's coming back. My guess is not this season. He comes back next season. So many areas that we need to improve. Midfield. We need a winger. We need a fullback. Luke Shaw is just not it. Maybe another centre back because Maguire is always injured. A backup goalkeeper. So many areas that we need to improve on. From my experience, I think we will only address 2 of these concerns in the next transfer market. And that's how incompetent we've become at transfers and, people doing their job at the top of this club. So yeah, the bottom line is I don't care about the manager anymore of this club. Because any manager who signs the contract, they are signing up for failure. That's true. Because they will not get enough money to do their transfers. Jason Wilcox will interfere and give his opinions about how they should play the football, even though he's not the manager. This new gimmick about head coach and manager thing has started now. Like, we are focusing on the wrong issues. Every United fan that you go and talk to, you ask them what is the issue currently with the squad. They will tell you. Without, in the blink of an eye, they will tell you what the issue is. But, our scouting, recruitment department, our club, they just don't want to spend the money. They become cheapsters. And I don't know why. And how a big club does not operate like this. And yes, we will make Champions League this season. I'm sure of it. But next season, again, we'll be out of it. We will suffer like how Newcastle is suffering. We will suffer like how Aston Villa is suffering. Because again, we will not have enough squad depth. We have not had enough squad depth for the last 10 years. And that's the reason that we have not been in consecutive Champions League campaigns for the last 10 years. We've only been in there for 5 years. Like if we're there for 1 year, we will not be there in the next year. And it's a very simple reason: we do not have enough squad depth because we don't invest in our squad. You take this squad and you take it to Champions League, you maybe add a couple of players. I guarantee you it will not be enough. And we will go out in what? Max to max, round of 16. We will not go past that. Because, if you want to play the Champions League, if you want to play at that big stage, you need to be serious about your recruitment, about analyzing your squad, about looking at which players are ready to be moved on and which players should we look at to strengthen the squad. And I think right now we're lacking that skill very much. And unless that is sorted out, there's no point in getting excited about Champions League, because you see what's happening to Newcastle and Aston Villa. I reckon it's going to happen to us next year. And I'm not being negative. I'm just being real. I'm done being hopeful because my hopes have been crushed for the last 10 years by this club. I'm not going to name managers because the managers were not the biggest problems ever. The problem is this ownership, Glazers, Ineos. You could see that they're not serious about what is important to us: winning leagues, winning Champions League, competing at the highest level every year. They're not serious about it. All they care about right now, I think, is how much profit we're making at the end of the year. And when that new stadium is going to get built, which none of us asked for, by the way. You go and ask any United fan, did you ask for a new stadium? They'll say no. Not for you. I can guarantee you. So, yeah, a lot of issues. I'm going to back Carrick for the rest of the season because I want us to get into the Champions League. And then next season, whatever happens, happens. But, I'm still concerned. Not really concerned about who is going to be the manager. Concerned about how we are going to approach the coming season, how we are going to approach the transfer markets. Will we go out and get more experienced players and move on the deadwood in this team that needs to be moved on, that needed to be moved on a long time ago? Yeah, lots to talk about. This was on my mind. I'm really happy I got it off my chest. This Ruben Amorim thing, at least. I don't know if everyone will understand me, but at least it's out there. If you disagree with me, let me know in the comments. I'm all for a discussion. But thank you for watching my first video. Lots more to come, and it'll be prettier. I'm gonna try to make it. I will make it prettier. But thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.